imagine like walking out your front door tomorrow morning and seeing fresh bread just raining from the sky? I mean, you'd be completely speechless, right?
Oh, totally. I'd probably think I was hallucinating.
Right. But what if it happened every single morning for like 40 years? Would you eventually just, yawn, step over it, and complain about the weather?
Honestly, probably, yeah. We adapt pretty quickly.
It's wild to think about. Anyway, welcome to this custom-tailored deep dive. Today, we are pulling from a really fascinating stack of sources just for you. We've got personal notes from July 10th, 2026, some deep theological reflections on daily devotion, and the ancient poetry of Psalm 114.
It's quite the mix.
It really is. And our mission today is to figure out why human beings are just seemingly wired to take miracles for granted, and how we can actually recover our sense of awe.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Because we are looking at the most unexpected intersection of brain science and ancient scripture. Yeah, it really is a fascinating collision of fields. To understand this, we first have to look at what actually happens in your brain when you witness something miraculous or just completely shocking.
Right, like the biological response.
Exactly. So the amygdala, which is the part of the brain that detects threats and intense stimuli, it just lights up immediately. And when it does, it instantly weakens the prefrontal cortex.
Which is our rational, organized thinking center, right?
Yeah, the rational part gets dialed down.
So when people say they are literally left speechless, that's not just a metaphor. Our logical thinking actually temporarily halts because the biological system is completely overwhelmed.
Spot on. You literally cannot process the scale of what you are seeing, so your brain just hits pause on forming words and analyzing the situation.
Wow. But let me push back a bit on this, because if I live right next to busy train tracks, eventually my brain just tunes out the noise of the train to the point where I don't even hear it anymore. So is our lack of awe just like a biological glitch?
That is a great analogy. You're completely right about tuning out the train, but what's fascinating here is, well, it's not a glitch at all.
It's not.
No, it's a built-in survival mechanism. It's called habituation. Think about it. If your amygdala stayed permanently overwhelmed by every astonishing thing you saw, you wouldn't be able to function.
Oh, you wouldn't even be able to form a coherent thought.
Exactly. That initial intense shock response gradually fades just so we can adapt and survive our environment.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. If our brains are designed to tune out repetitive noise like a train, how do they handle repetitive miracles?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
Because the sources present this fascinating case study on this exact biological reality with the ancient Israelites. Think about their 40-year survival in the wilderness. I mean, God provided manna from the sky, a guiding pillar of cloud and fire.
He turned bitter water sweet.
Yes, and kept their clothes from wearing out and stopped their feet from swelling. Just miracle after miracle.
And if you look at the ancient poetry of Psalm 114, you really see the sheer scale of these events. I mean, the imagery is incredible.
It really is.
The poem describes the sea fleeing, the Jordan turning back, mountains skipping like rams, and hills like lambs. It even talks about flint turning into springs of water.
It's basically describing the earth trembling at the presence of God.
Precisely. But here is the tragic part of the wilderness story. Despite all of that, the historical account shows them constantly rebelling and complaining.
Because they habituated to the daily miracles?
Exactly. They literally woke up to earth-shaking miracles every single day. And eventually, the miraculous just became their boring morning routine. They could no longer see grace as grace.
They just tuned out the divine the exact same way you tune out that passing train.
Yeah. It's tragic, but it's human biology.
So what does this all mean for you? Because you might not have manna falling on your front lawn, but are you falling into the exact same trap?
Well, the sources argue that we absolutely do. I mean, just the act of waking up and your lungs instinctively taking a breath. These are incomprehensible biological miracles that we treat as utterly routine.
We don't even think about them.
Not at all. But the sources do offer a practical tool to fight this habituation. It's called QT, or quiet time.
Meaning meditating on the word day and night. But what does that actually look like? Because if I'm just, blindly repeating a religious habit, aren't I still stuck in that same dull routine?
Well, that's the key right there. It shouldn't be a mere habit. It is actually a precious channel to reset our minds. By intentionally pausing to focus deeply on scripture, like reflecting on God's character rather than just checking a box, you are actively overriding that natural habituation.
So you're forcing your brain to re-engage.
Yes, so you can process grace as grace again and respond with fresh obedience instead of just stale routine. This raises an important question, though. What daily blessings have you started treating as normal instead of miraculous?
It's a really profound thought. We started by talking about living next to the train tracks, right? Tuning out the noise just so we can function. If our biology naturally dulls our sense of wonder just to help us survive the day, what other ordinary, overlooked things in your immediate surroundings right now are actually mind-bending miracles just waiting for you to notice them again?